What's up, my bearded bros? And due to a unexpected error, this will be my intro. I will place this in the beginning of the video. But today is the NBA game picks for the opening 3 days of the season, the 25th, 26th, 27th. I hope you guys enjoy the video and pardon the little cutoff at the beginning. Like I said, unforeseen circumstances. I had to come up with this on the fly is one of my only solutions. But our first game is going to be Knicks Cavs. And, yeah. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Joakim Noah. And they have Porzingis coming on strong in his first year, who's going into his second. You still have Carmelo, but is his age going to start showing? That's the major question for him, I think. I think it's going to be obviously not so much a blowout in the sense, like the score is going to be quite far apart. I think it's going to be a blowout in the sense that even if the score is close, it's going to be a lot further away than it says. I think like the Cavs are going to win maybe 108 to 92. That sounds good for me. And then we have the Jazz Trailblazers, and it's going to be interesting to see if Gordon Hayward can take the next step, or if CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard can bring this team into contention, just the two of them. Although it's possible. I see Trailblazers holding home court though, winning 96 to 91. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game, I think. And then you have the instant classic. You have the powerhouse Warriors hosting the San Antonio Spurs in their first game without Duncan. But you have reigning Defensive Player of the Year Kawhi Leonard. You have big man LaMarcus Aldridge. You have Pau Gasol, I believe, is now a Spur too. So you have some solid big men who can pair up well with Durant and Draymond Green. But can Tony Parker still guard Steph Curry like he used to be able to guard some of the best point guards in the league? I think not really, and I think the threes are going to rain deep. But I also think the Warriors are going to have trouble finding themselves against such a good defensive team, so I think it's not going to be too high scoring. I think it's going to be 92 to 89 with maybe a last-minute three-pointer. Who knows? But like I said, I think the Spurs can hold down the Warriors to under 100 points easy. It's just I don't think the Spurs are also capable of keeping up with the Warriors. So yeah, Spurs going to lose this, but it's going to be a close one. And then we have the 26th, which you have a couple of young teams in the Magic hosting the Heat with Whiteside, Rajon Rondo. No, that's not right. Hassan Whiteside taking on Nikola Vucevic, Serge Ibaka. How is he gonna perform? How is Aaron Gordon gonna step up after being in the league a couple years already? Is he gonna take the next step? Is Ibaka gonna help him out taking the next step? Are they gonna be a powerful 1-2 punch combo for big men? Who knows? I'm thinking honestly, even though Whiteside's a beast defender and it's hard to stop him, his scoring still needs work, so I think it's gonna be Magic 95 to 93. I think it's going to be won on a last-second shot or a last-second block by either Ibaka or Nikola Vucevic. Now, that's going to be a tough prediction to even make, let alone nail, so if I get that right, I'll be happy. And then you have the Mavericks Pacers. Now, I know Dirk and Harrison Barnes and everyone else is like feeling like they're going to be clicking well, but I think Paul George wants to prove that he has a strong case for MVP, and I think he should finish top 5 MVP. I don't think it should be Steph Curry and Kevin Durant both in the MVP discussion. It just seems weird to me. So I think Paul George will show his MVP candidacy right now, and he will score over 30 against the Mavericks, and Pacers will win 105 to 89. I feel like it's going to be an utter blowout, because I feel like Harrison Barnes, he's pushed into the starting role, and I don't think he's ready for it. But hey, he'll probably prove me wrong, and I hope he does. Then you have the Nets Celtics with Jeremy Lin taking on Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford. I think these teams are gonna have a hard time clicking, so I think it's gonna be Celtics over the Nets. It's gonna be a close one though. I think it's gonna be like 97 to 94. No, 97 to 92. And I think the Celtics are gonna pull that off. And then with the Pistons Raptors, I'm just gonna say obviously Raptors. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, they have something to prove after their poor performance in last year's conference finals. Because if they would have played up to their potential, the Cavs would have been blown out by the Raptors, and they want to prove they can actually do it. And I think they will, and I think they'll hand the Pistons a 20-point loss or more, winning 106 to 84. Now, I know that's a bold prediction, but I'm going to go roll with it. And next we have the Greek Freak Antetokounmpo facing on the Hornets. And I'm going to go Milwaukee 99 to 95. I think there's going to be a lot of close games this week coming up. And then you have Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota frickin' Timberwolves against the Grizzlies. And I think, honestly, in the opening week of basketball, I think the Timberwolves are going to be the one of the only teams to just steal one from a home team. So that should be interesting to watch. I'm picking Timberwolves over Grizzlies with a strong defensive performance from each team. So I think it's going to be 91 to 87. And then you have Anthony Davis and the Pelicans facing off against Eric Moutier and Jokic in the Nuggets. Now, the question about this one is how healthy is Anthony Davis going to be if he plays? Are they going to force him into it a little bit? I know they drafted Buddy Hield, so we'll have to see how he plays in his first game, depending on how much he plays. I'm going Pelicans 96 to 90. Because I know Moutier and Jokic are pretty good, but they still got a lot more maturing to do. And I don't think they can stop Davis if he's playing near 100%. Now next one, I feel bad about because it's the Thunder versus Sixers. And I know the Sixers got Ben Simmons, Okafor, they got a lot of young talent, but Russell Westbrook is gonna be playing a little angry, and we all know how Westbrook plays angry. He gets a little careless, starts committing turnovers, and puts up a lot of shots and shoots probably under 50%. But I feel like he might put up 30 to 35 shots, and if so, I think he might score 35 to 40 points in this game. So and Oladipo, don't forget Oladipo. He's going to be putting in some nice work for the Thunder this year as a shooting guard or small guard. I don't know what. I have trouble with that position. I don't know what. But I think it's going to be Thunder 112 112 to 93. It's going to be near 20-point victory, but I feel like once they get down by a lot, they're going to start letting Simmons do what Simmons do and shoot threes, shoot mid-range, shoot jumper, shoot dunks, or whatever he wants to do, because they're going to be in that position to let him test it out, plan ahead. Then you got the Kings Suns. It's going to be a sad game. I'm picking the Kings just because of DeMarcus Cousins. How will he hold up with the current staff? Will there still be tension? I think eventually he'll be traded either by mid-season or at the end of the year. Or whatever, just because of the chemistry issues he's had with that team before, whether it's coaches or other players. But I'm picking the Kings over the Suns in a very low-scoring game. I'm thinking Cousins hits 20 and maybe 12 rebounds, and it's going to be 84 to 79. Really low-scoring in my opinion, I think. And then you have the Rockets, Lakers, D'Angelo Russell and them. Can they, how do they fare in their first season without Kobe? I don't know. I think they'll do better just because they don't have the pressure of forcing him the ball and shit like that. And they get to actually develop their own rhythm and their own identity. And then you have Harden running point guard for the Rockets without Dwight Howard. I'm thinking the Rockets are just going to be too much of an offensive presence, no matter how much James Harden sucks on defense, because James Harden is one of the worst defenders in the whole league, and I'm not even lying about that. his stats say he sucks on defense, no matter how good no matter how good he is on offense. I think they're gonna just put up points, not being able to stop many people. So I think the Lakers are gonna be able to put up some points too. I think it's gonna be 109 to 103. It's gonna be definitely the first game to have two teams at over 100 points this year. And then it's going to be interesting to see the first game Thursday at 7:30. Wizards Hawks. How is John Wall and Bradley Beal gonna? Are they gonna step up? Are they gonna show everyone maybe they're a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson level team? I mean, with different talents, obviously. And you got the Hawks losing Horford. I don't think they'll be gelling as well as they could, so I think it's gonna be Wizards 91 to 88. And then you have the Celtics facing the Bulls again in Chicago. I think the Bulls adding Dwayne Wade is going to bring a tough challenge to the Celtics. And I think the Celtics, as much of a Celtics fan as I am, I think the Celtics are going to have a tough time competing with Dwayne Wade, knowing he got kind of screwed by the team he lived and died for, bled and sweated for all those years. So I think it's going to be a okay scoring game. I think it's going to be 94 to 93. Now it's a toss-up as to who's going to win, but I say with Al Horford, he might prove too much, so I'm going to say Celtics 94-93, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to see the Bulls win, because I think they're going to do some pretty good things this year. And then you have the second game for the Spurs. They're facing the Kings. And I think Kawhi is going to be too much for the Kings. I think it's going to be a decent scoring game for the Spurs. I think they're going to win 98 to 80. No, 98 to 90. I think they're going to win by single digits, but close to double digits. And then you have the superhuman beast himself, the dunk artist, Blake Griffin, and Chris Paul, and DeAndre Jordan. Possibly their last year together, too. So are they going to step it up and contend with Golden State for the title? Or are they going to flop out of the playoffs like they have the last few years? It's going to be interesting to see. I think as good as Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are, I don't think they're going to match up with the Clippers that well. So I have maybe Lillard scoring 25 and Blake Griffin just going off maybe 20 points and 12 rebounds. And DeAndre Jordan, he's probably going to get like 15 and 16, 15 points, 16 rebounds. And I think it's going to be the Clippers 101 to 97. Honestly, that's what I think. And that takes care of the first 3 days of the season, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. I might put up a video on the 27th picking the games for the 28th, 29th, because between them there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games going on in those 2 days. So it should be interesting to see how that goes. And if this gets good reception, I'll try to pick every game, and I'll try to keep a track of my record. I'll have to keep an eye on somewhere, and then I'll put it in the description below. Because I think that would be the easiest. That way you guys be like, oh, he went so far on his picks. He's like 0-17. He sucks. Or, hey, he's fucking 12-5. He might not suck at all. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully I do good. Hopefully, at least in the first day, I get 2 right with the Warriors and the Cavs, or I might cry a little bit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe if you want more NBA content, whether it's game predictions, award conversations, maybe trade rumors, and stuff like that. Don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know, and don't forget to have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.